Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Pillars of Eternity, The White March. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you chose to join me today as we continue exploring Breath Eamon. What's the name? Breath Eamon. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that alright. Yet another Ingwithian name that we can't really pronounce. We have discovered the Soul Hydra prison. Another one, huh? You've been finding quite a few of these lately. But we are at the bottom of the pit. If you missed last episode or if you forgot about it already, we have descended into, we're going towards the Undercity or whatever the name of this place is. Well, this place in particular is Breath Eamon, and we're looking for Theus, although he doesn't appear to be anywhere. Just a bunch of animats. Oh. Hello? Oh. What's going on? A column of Adra rises above you, stoic and silent. It reaches layers of a measuring stick for the passing of ages. It feels to you as a thick block of ice, and you perceive buried deep in its core a dim flickering flame, all but extinguished, yet preserved against the ravages of the elements. At your approach, the flame seems to steady and draw strength, and the layers separating it from you melt away, and you are bathed in its glow, a bright beacon in the gloom. It's Eora again, but she's all burned. Oh, last time we saw her, she was being tortured. I thought she had died. But maybe this is before? I'm not sure. The glow seems to fade as though you had adjusted to its intensity, and where it was, Eora seeps into essence, an idyllic shade hovering above the moist prison floor. Though ageless, she appears somehow different to you now. A slight stoop to her carriage, perhaps a trace of sunkness in her eyes. There is a broad scar across her face, fibrous and wormy, where flames once lapped, unhealed even in death.
You've come back. I had thought to have set you on the right path ages ago. Or did I merely fail a second time?
Is she talking right now in the present? Or is she, what, ages ago? What do you mean?
You are so different now from who you were then, yet much remains the same. Old troubles with a new face. What is it that has brought you here?
She's talking to me right now. She's talking to Kirino, not her soul ancestor. I'm not... I don't know. It would seem that I have unfinished business here.
I'd hoped after our last discussion you would find what you sought. Has it eluded you all this time? I can only guess your presence here has something to do with Theos. The energy of this place changes when he is near. I don't know what he has done, but I do know of the souls that pass through here now. They do not come by choice.
Theos diverted them from the cycle. He seeks to empower Woodica and to blame Animancy for the damage he's caused.
After all this time, he would still stand against the tide.
You knew me when Theos did. There's something I need to know about that time.
I will tell you what I remember.
There's something about that lifetime my soul can't let go of. I need to know what it is, and I'm running out of time. I see moments from that life, of you, of the Inquisition, of Theus.
I can see his influence, still hanging like a weight about your neck. So it always was. He had inspired something in you. We spoke of him the last time you were here also. It was just after the trial. You were agitated. I think because you started to consider that what I was teaching may have been true.
And what was that? Eora's mouth tightens and her brow furrows, a look of pity. Her eyes shift back and forth between each of yours, as if looking for something that would help her decide whether to speak.
That the gods aren't real.
What? They're not?
She's not serious.
Perhaps not to her. Many are those whom the gods have scorned. This is petty retribution.
No, I don't think so.
What I taught was that the gods whose faith we had been spreading were not gods at all.
Oh, yeah.
But something else entirely.
Okay, yeah.
Something created by people.
Oh. but they were entities nonetheless. I can accept, yeah, this is just sensationalistic here, but I can accept that line of thought, I guess, in this universe, because we have seen the gods act, and there's something there. I mean, whether or not we choose to call them gods or treat them as such or whatever, and that's the Golden Grove doesn't think we should heed their advice or whatever, it's all fine, but maybe that's, I don't know, who created these gods and for what?
They were conceived by Engwith, a society of high minds and broad concerns. Theos' people. In their time, every people worshipped its own gods. Sometimes they warred over it. After a few wars of their own, the Engwithans sought an end to it. They devoted all their energy to finding the true creators.
The real gods, you mean?
Generation after generation, they prodded and worked the stitching of the world and unlocked its secrets. One day, they found an answer. Except the answer was no answer at all. There were no gods to be found. Or if there ever were, they were gone. It shook them, this finding. If they could discover this on their own, how long until others would? How long before war and chaos reigned over a world without consequence? But they had mastered many things in their pursuit of these answers. And with their mastery, they crafted their own gods to fill the void, and sent missionaries to the corners of the world to spread their faith.
Okay, so what you're telling me is that people worship their own gods, like, you know, pagan gods, not real gods, just like, I worship the sun, I worship the trees, or whatever. And then they tried to look for the true gods, and they didn't find any, so decided that meant that there weren't any, or they found that there weren't any. And because they were afraid of, basically, the atheists, because they would somehow condemn the world to war and chaos, they decided to create their own gods and sent mercenaries to corners of the earth to spread the faith. And okay, so that explains why she was saying before that she renounced her false prophet or whatever. So this is what, but she didn't start her own faith. Apparently, that's what Kirino understands.
I never thought of it as faith.
Yeah.
But I think you are right to call it that.
Really?
Let the world see. Let them decide what to do.
Oh,
That
I guess.
was my faith.
Yeah.
I became a missionary because the gods brought me hope that I wanted to bring to others. For a time, the truth sent me to a dark place. Then the day came when I realized nothing had changed, that I still had a purpose, and the purpose was the same and it was worth living for. I began questioning the other missionaries in public, exposing their parlor tricks. In time, their following became mine.
How did you discover this?
The Engwithan missionaries all knew it, but they never told the rest of us. They meant it to be a secret that died with them, and in the end, they allowed their bloodlines to fade from memory. I had been assigned to join a few of them at a temple. I found the door to their chambers closed, but the room was stone and the door thin. Their voices carried. I heard enough. I investigated the things they spoke of, and everything was there, just as they said it'd be.
Later on, she continues, after I left the order, a few Ingwithians found my words persuasive and joined my cause. They revealed what I did not already known. Is it true what you taught?
You asked me this once before. Nothing I can say would be any proof, and it may be certainty your soul craves. Resolution. But if you are bound for the same place Theos directs these souls, you will see for yourself, as you once did. Everyone faces this truth at one time or another. Few confront it. Few have the stomach to ask what if. And in avoiding the question, they deny themselves an identity of their own.
Eora scans her audience in silence, her eyes thoughtful, lingering on each member of your company in turn, finding interest in things unseen.
What if all the tragedy, all the persecution, came in defense of an imposter.
She's talking to Ether now.
That's not... That can't be right. Aethys, he's done miracles for people.
That doesn't mean he's not an imposter, but that also doesn't mean that miracles aren't good.
The power of the gods is undeniable. The truth of the story they weave is not.
Exactly.
What if it were forbidden knowledge rather than fault that earned your doom? What of your guilt?
She's talking to Durance now.
Margren set a path for me. She is fickle and cruel, but that is how she teaches. You know nothing of the fires that have shaped me.
And what if the fires themselves were lies? Lies you told yourself to bridge the gap between experience and truth.
Beads of sweat coalesce on Durance's forehead and trickle down the side of his face in streaming rivulets, as though he were a block of ice standing before a great pyre.
What if the cycle of birth and death is nothing more than a tool of endless preoccupation?
She's facing now the grieving mother. The grieving mother returns Eovara's gaze, nodding her head almost imperceptibly. For a moment, all is silent. Eovara nods back, seemingly moved by some unspoken understanding. You feel the weight of Eovara's translucent eyes upon your soul. What if we can be assured of nothing? Yeah, that's the scientific way. Yeah, basically. Then the only value is in the things we create ourselves. Okay, so I need to choose. I don't know. It would be a truly agnostic response here. I don't know. I have no idea. But let's see. What if we can be assured of nothing? That doesn't destroy. Okay, so first and foremost, I am loving this. I was not ready for this. This is a fantastic setup for the ending of the game. It's touching on questions that are not really that touched in that often touched in video games. And well, it's talking about questions just in a different way than they usually are, because after all, this is a question in a made-up world. It's a question of religion against science, basically. In this case, it's not really science, it's just bringing down religion as it is in the world here. And it's tough to talk about it because it's such an important aspect of so many people's lives, even for people who don't have religion. That's one of the reasons why a lot of people don't want to talk about religion or politics in public, because it's just politics is a different thing, but it's so important to so many people, and so many people have such rooted in opinions and attitudes towards this thing that it's very tough to talk about it in the game. But being all made up here, it's very interesting. It gives perspective, a kind of a perspective even to people who are not okay with having that perspective, with questioning the gods in real life. They're questioning gods here in the game, so it's okay to think about it. Myself, I'm all right. I'm okay with questioning these answers, but the real fear, the existentialism, that's not the word, but our own existence, the real fear is, for a lot of people, for me, I guess included, I don't really fear this question, but it is a very big fear. What if we cannot be certain of anything? What if there is no... What if, basically? So basically, this is obscurantism, not interested. All you can do is endure. That's fatalism, not interested. Then it is the question that have always posed more value than their answers. Yeah, the questions are more important than the answers. That's true. Knowing that you don't know something is very, very important, and being able to understand that you are asking a question when you should ask the question is more important than knowing the answer. Most of the time. Of course, it depends. Practicalism is a thing that also is required for day-to-day life, but this is not really day-to-day life. We can, when we cease to exist as beings, can peace be found? Well, that's not necessarily the truth, especially since we've seen that souls go all over the place. That doesn't mean that souls don't exist in this game. Then we had best build our own strength so we can bear it. Yeah, that's we need to find we need to find the truth in ourselves. I think this is my personal attitude towards this whole situation here. Even though this one is very very important, I think we need to find the truth in ourselves, and this is more this one talks to me. This one about the questions being more important than the answers. It talks to me more directly, but I think this one where we need to build our own strength and bear it, it's more it's broader and applies to more people than this one. So I'm gonna go with this one because I think it's, I guess everyone can relate to it a little bit and understand that a little bit better than this one because it's tough. It's tough not know stuff. It's important to know, to have some ground where to stand, and it takes strength to admit that you don't have that. It takes strength to accept it, to understand it, and to live without that ground. But just in general, our own strength is comes from our own, whether it's found in made up gods or real gods or whatever. It's or no gods at all. It's our own strength.
Yet strength is not given, but earned, and always in proportion to its cost. What will you sacrifice for yours, and who will pay the toll? I ask these things not to trouble you, but to show why they must be confronted. No answer is simple, but somewhere between them all lies a truth so beautiful, not even a god could conceive it. Do we not owe ourselves a chance to find our part in it?
We do. Even without assurances, there is still truth. Even if we don't see the truth, it's still there. Otherwise, it is still there. No matter how crazy or broad or massively complicated and impossible to perceive, because it is impossible to perceive. Think about multiple dimensions. Just because we can't see them doesn't mean they're not there. Doesn't mean they're there. I'm just saying that the truth exists. It doesn't matter that we are never going to reach it, but we do owe ourselves a chance to find our part in the world. Yeah.
If that is truly what you believe, then you are a far different person than the one I knew.
Oh, really?
I've been alone here with my thoughts for so long now. I've found peace with my failures and with my punishment. I no longer curse fate for what might have been. But there is one thing that has clawed and scraped at my mind all these years. One thing that will not be put to rest until I know. Until I understand. I need to know why you chose to remain with the Inquisition, even after you'd learned the truth. Do you remember?
As she asks, the memory springs to your mind immediately, as though it had just happened. Okay, so are we shaping what happened before, or are we... I think we might be shaping what happened before. This has happened before as well in the game, where we have had to answer stuff that we don't know, but I don't think we're meant to know. I think we're meant to choose what happened before. So why did I remain with the Inquisition? Your teachings were a threat? Not really. I disliked you? Not really. I wanted to please the gods? Not really. Maybe. We'll see. Your capture brought me glory. That's lame. I was afraid of what Theos might do to me, and if I didn't agree to do it. That is lame as well. Why? I don't know. It's so weird. I don't know. I don't think I had a reason. I just did it, I guess.
All these years thinking about it, I don't think I ever imagined you did it without cause. This changes things. Good. The things I taught, the things I believed, I needed to hear that. I needed to know it wasn't because...
Because what? I needed to know it wasn't because, after everything you'd learned, you'd still rather believe in a lie. If that is the conclusion people reach once they know everything, then my purpose has been a mistake. Really? It's not. It's not. If it's their own free will to believe in a lie. Did my opinion matter so much to you?
We knew little of each other before you arrived at my camp. You might have been anybody. Which is why your choice meant everything. You had heard both sides, seen everything. If not you, then who?
You're never gonna be able to convince everyone of anything, true or not. There will always be dissent. Yeah.
I expected dissent, but I needed to know that true faith would prevail. Perhaps I've been wrong to place so much importance on one person's actions. It was all I could do to feel like there was an answer.
No, it's... She wasn't wrong. I get what she's trying... Yeah, I understand. Yeah, but it's weird. It's still weird. It's like a measuring pole. That's what... Yeah, I think that's where she's coming from.
Even knowing what you've told me, some part of me knows it doesn't truly answer what I wished to know.
Yeah, I didn't have...
Nor will an eternity of silent contemplation.
Yeah, I couldn't choose what I wanted to say.
I will have only my guesses and suspicions, and that will have to do. And what of your understanding of our past? Are you at ease with the choice you made?
I don't think so. It wasn't me who made that choice. I bear no responsibility for it.
At first I thought this might be the source of your soul's anguish, but now I see I was mistaken. You are not divided on this matter. You have put it behind you. It is with Theos that your agony lies, in sun and shadow. Your questions are not for me, but for him. And it may be that only an answer from the mouth of Theos himself will satisfy your needs.
And probably not even then.
Yet if there is anything I can tell you that would be of use, ask and you shall know.
Are you bound here until the end of time?
In a matter of speaking. This is Breath Yamen, the court of the penitents. Souls are confined here until they repent. They must beg the forgiveness of a god, pledge their soul to them, and they will be lifted from this place to the world above. In truth, they receive leniency, but not true mercy. The spite of Woodica is eternal. They linger above, at the side of the old court, and are not permitted to leave the island, forever severed from the cycle. This prison was full once in the days of the Inquisition, but time weathers all things, even will. I'm the only tenant who remains. Yet, I feel their presence strongly now, as it was in the beginning. You have brought many of them here. They cry out for the judgment of Theos. You have struck some bargain with the gods, then.
Yeah, the other gods aid me because they want Theos destroyed, apparently. I owed them no debt.
They aid you because they would bend you to their own purposes. Engwith built gods from ideals, and an ideal on its own is a grotesque and vicious thing. But these souls, these forgiven the gods have bequeathed you like chattel. They were loyal followers in life. They will be with you to the very end.
An ideal on its own is a grotesque and vicious thing. Oh, I know what she means. Okay, yeah. An ideal on its own. You need to understand the ideal and can't just follow it blindly. Okay, so yes. Okay, I understand that. Why don't you repent? You could be free of this place.
Last time someone asked me that, I was bound to an iron wheel with a broken spine.
Yeah, I know.
There are many things I've come to doubt about the choices I made in life. But that trial was my one moment of certainty. Even without a chorus of gods to tell me I had been right. The gods need to be reminded that we have a spirit, and that spirit is proof against their power. They have the power to manipulate and confuse and ruin us, but not to change our will. I will remain here until the world crumbles and fades from existence with joy in my heart, knowing I've shown them what they truly are.
This place set in shadow, what is it? I could tell you what I believe, but again, it would be no proof. I have only what I have seen and what others have told me about it. There is only one man who can tell you now, who knows it to a certainty, and you shall face him soon enough. I will leave you to see it for yourself. Make your own judgments. Better for your soul that way, I think. How is it you speak Aediran, by the way? I speak no language now but the wordless expressions of the spirit. It is thought my expression... It is through my connection to you that I am able to draw upon your words and form them as my own. Do you know what it is I need from Theus?
I could not say for sure. But you have been to Sun and Shadow before, and it came at a crossroads in your life.
Much
of what you knew had been upended. I have to believe it will come to you there. Your concerns then were of loyalty and trust and the gods. Everything I told you seemed to send you further into doubt. His words mattered to you when you knew him then. After you and I spoke, you went immediately to seek him out. Perhaps you simply sought confirmation from the man you trusted. If something from that time still troubles you, it may be something he told you then, or refused to tell you. He keeps secrets better than any in this world.
Why? Why has Theus done all this?
He cares only for the secret he keeps locked away. He destroys anyone who might discover it, no matter their chances.
I think that word might mean something. The Latin key. Nah, could it be? Could it be for the lock? Yeah, it maybe.
That's why he's always favored Woodica. It isn't in her love of promises or justice. It's her disregard for the rules. Her willingness to do what is necessary. To Theos, she's not a deity, but an ally with which to conspire. When her power waxes, she does as she pleases with this realm, as well as hers. And she wants that secret guarded as much as he. If Theos succeeds, there will be a shift in the balance of power among the gods. Woodica was vanquished once, when the other gods decided she had gone too far, and her power diminished.
She was?
With this infusion, there is no telling what she will do. The only certainty is that there will be chaos in their realm, as well as ours.
How can I get to Theus? How can I get Theus to tell me what I need to know?
You will not find a more resolute being on all of Eora. There is no offer you could make, nor spell you could cast, nor pain you could inflict that would make him reveal what he hides. But I see you have become a watcher in this life. Perhaps in defeat, when he can no longer defend himself.
Right.
You might learn something from him.
Okay, I can accept that. I guess it's time to go.
Theos will not wait for you. If you do not catch up to him now, you may never find him again.
Okay, your defiance here is an illusion. You're a slave to the gods. She probably is. Practically speaking, she's stuck here because this place somehow is connected to the gods. But anyway, if you hadn't planted doubt in my mind long ago, I'd be living a normal life right now. Before I go, I repay you for this curse. No, that's not good. Let's see. The gods have given me the souls of their forgiven. If you repent, you could join with them. Help me strike the final blow against Theus. Yeah, that'd be good. But she needs to repent. I don't think she wants that. Yeah. Well, I will waste no more time. Farewell, Eora.
Your soul deserves an end to its suffering. I'm sorry I wasn't able to grant it myself. May it come to you swiftly. If ever we should meet again, in this life or any other, I hope to find you at peace.
You as well, Eora. You as well. I really liked her character. She was... Man, I really liked her character. Yeah. Oh man, I'm so excited for this ending. I wonder what... I mean, Theus has got some big shoes to fill, because Eora just delivered a fantastic episode, in my opinion. I hope you guys have enjoyed it as well. But yeah, that was a full episode just with Eora talking to us. Anyway, we're getting ready. I think we are going to the east? I don't know. Is this the way? Maybe. Well, we'll see for the next time. For now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Pillars of Eternity, The White March. I really, really hope you've enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and leave a comment. If you didn't, just say whatever. This was a big, deep episode here. And if you have anything to say about it, just give me your side of things. No spoilers, please, because, Well, actually, by the time you see this episode, I will have already finished the game. But so feel free to discuss. Don't spoil it for other people though, because they might not be aware. But just say whatever you feel like, because I am loving this. I am loving this right now. But above everything else, just, you know, as always, thank you so much for watching. I really, really mean it. And I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.